Hey Capricorn, this is your general tarot reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of July, Capricorn. This is it. This is a big pivotal point for you. Why? Because the main focus of this month for you is the big lunar eclipse happening on July 16th in Capricorn. In the first house for you. It is that real moment where one last huge burst of pressure is put on your shoulders by other people, telling you do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. And it's in that moment where the pressure is mounting and building, where you say, you know what, bitches, to hell with you. To hell with you. I'm going to do my own thing. I am not listening to you anymore if you are only going to bring me your nonsense where you expect me to behave a certain way. Well, I've news for you. I don't behave that way anymore, and you're going to have to get used to that. And I've been put under so much pressure by you this month that you're going to see me bite back. You're going to see me turn, and as I said, you're going to have to get used to the new me, because I'm more determined than ever. I'm more assertive than ever. I'm not as shy as you used to think I was, or as reserved or as held back. I'm not as, oh, I better not do that, in case my image. No, that's gone. The last year and a half has killed that for me. I've been under obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, almost feeling like the universe was laughing at me. But I got over all of those obstacles and I got stronger. And now I'm showing you how strong I am. I'm going to show you that you can no longer dictate my life in any way, shape or form. So this is that moment, Capricorn, where you get proud of how far you've come. You've had to do a lot of stuff on your own, and obstacle after obstacle being thrown in your way. Much like, you know The Simpsons. You know the character from The Simpsons, Nelson, when somebody kind of has an embarrassing moment, he goes, ha ha. You kind of felt over the last year and a half that the universe was playing with you like that, and every time an obstacle came your way and forced you to get right out of your comfort zone, you felt, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? And you might have only heard the universe like Nelson going, ha ha. But after a while you said, oh, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to make a joke out of this. Well, the joke is on you, because I've grown because of what you've thrown at me in the last year and a half. I've grown so much and so far that now I get to laugh, because I get the joke now. I get it. And in that moment, that's where the cosmic joke is actually understood, where you and the universe get to laugh together, because you then see this month what the whole purpose of the last year and a half was, why you were challenged, why you were forced so far out of your comfort zone, put under pressures that you definitely didn't want to have to face. And now you're coming out the other side saying, 2 years ago, maybe I would never have believed that I could have done the things I'm doing now. The confidence that I have is unshakable, but it's coming from a real deep place. I do not have to play to the crowd, certainly not. And I tell you, you'll be saying to other people too, don't try to ruin my happiness just because you can't find any of your own. So there's almost like a big barrier, a very strong aura coming off you this month. Really strong, Capricorn, where you're saying, don't come near me, don't come at me, because if you do, you will only make me stronger and stronger and more determined to push you away and only bring in the people that are my people, my tribe, my family that I love, my people that I love, my partner. These are the only ones that are getting it. If you don't see the new me, if you can't see the new version of me or the good qualities of me, then you don't get to see any of me. And that is just, you just don't have access to that anymore. Bye, bitches. Very like that. And I love that, because you're getting over this thing of allowing other people dictate to you. Because I mean, for all of us, sometimes the worst thing about us is when we believe the people who can only point out the worst things about us. Not anymore. Not anymore. There's a release, a kind of dismantling of this game play where I am not going to pretend to like you. I am not going to pretend to agree with you. I am not going to pretend that we are all in this together, you know, keep up appearances. I'm not going to do it anymore. If I don't like you, you're going to know. If you're bothering me, you're going to know. And here's what else you'll know. If you're not welcome, you'll also know. Yeah, so it's very, very strong. And that might sound very hard and very tough, but that's exactly what's been happening for you. You've been hardened, toughened on the inside, like a diamond. And you say, but doesn't that make me sound kind of cruel? Or, you know, would that kind of not be seen as polite to do that? Who gives a shit? When these people come to you and they're not being polite, they're not being gentle, they're not being considerate of you, what do you care how they feel? It's time for you to now fully give off this vibe that you're somewhat untouchable by other people who only want to see the negative in you and who only want to drag you into low vibes, or who only want you to comply or agree with things that you just don't agree with anymore. So strength, strength, strength. That is the big, big theme. Now, supporting that, because it's not just, oh, well, there you go, the big middle finger to everybody who doesn't support you. You're saying, wouldn't I be, oh, I'm so lonely right now if I did that? No, because we have the solar eclipse, July 2nd, new moon happening in Cancer, in the 7th house, where your north node of destiny is. It's the path towards where you're going in terms of your destiny. In the 7th house of finding new people who get you, new people who are more agreeable, new business contacts, new friends, maybe even new partners, new lovers. And certainly for those of you in a relationship, a new dynamic, a new power structure in the relationship where everything is just that bit fairer. So not only are you giving off that vibe of, you know, have to do a security check on you first to see if you pass and get into my VIP area. That's first. But you'll notice that new people will start coming. People that you hadn't noticed before maybe starting to appear in your life. So it's very, very positive. It's like clearing out a room full of shit to make way for a better, I don't know, for a better atmosphere, and which will invite better people that you're far more comfortable with. So it is on and it is strong. That is for sure. And really supporting that power dynamic on July 1st, Mars is in Leo. Leo is the one who will get out there and shine and say, this is who I am. This is me. See what you're seeing here? It's me, and it's strong. Mars in there. And it's in the 8th house of power, of seeing through maybe the motivations of other people, being able to uncover and unearth other people's motives, their agendas, other people's manipulation, their shadiness, their narrow-mindedness, their inability to be generous, just mean-spirited people. Mars and Leo will say, look, when I shine and you come at me with your mean-spiritedness or anything that will, you know, take the sheen off my shine, then you're not welcome. And I have the power and control to say that to you now. Yeah, very much so. It's a lot of power, it's a lot of self-assurance, and it's a lot of self-control, and a lot of discipline in the right way. You're a disciplined person, Capricorn. Well, most of you are. I know not all of you are, but in general you are. Ambitious, disciplined. When you've got your game on, right? And this is the energy of you saying, okay, I am now more engaged, passionate, disciplined to make sure that I have the right atmosphere and space and the right people now who get me. As I said, the right working atmosphere, the right environment, the right place, the right people coming in and out through your life. And you're going to be just doing that with such force this month. Now, this is also a month, apart from having 2 eclipses, we do have Mercury retrograding. So, Mercury retrograding July 9th, doubling back and asking you to review where you're losing power, maybe with some people who think that they can walk right into your life and take. You know, people who can come in to your beautiful Capricorn home and just open the fridge and eat everything that's going on inside it. And you're saying, wait a minute, there's padlocks on that now. You just don't get to walk in and take. That's over now. So I have to go back and review who has been taking power away from me. But also the 8th house has a lot to do with who we bond with. So it could be a moment this month where you're going back and saying, wait a minute, I need to go back to some people maybe that I had lost touch with in this effort to push everybody out, like getting the big sweeping brush, I pushed everybody out. Now it's time to be a bit more discerning to see when I let, you know, first 3 people only, when I let those people in, can I bond with them? Because it matters to me now. I don't want everybody to be gone from my life. What I do want is to review and revise who I can trust, who is loyal to me, who I can passionately open up to and not feel threatened by them in any way. I can just be me, I can be free, and I trust 100% that they'll always have my back. So this is a very important theme for you this month, circling yourself with that atmosphere and that vibe. Now also in terms of money, Capricorn, it's really good. You have to go back a little bit with Mercury retrograde, dipping its toe back into some financial issue. Maybe going back and looking again over how you manage your taxes, your finances, going back again to look at some health plans you have, pension plans, long-range money, long-range savings, and saying, could I do a better job of this? When I did that back then, could I have a look at it now and see if I could change it up a little bit to get more out of it? Have a little rethink, you know, have a little rethink about where I've invested money for some of you. Or rethink if you've got a bunch of money, it doesn't have to be a huge amount of money, sitting idle in a regular bank account, you might look at it and say, it's not a huge amount of money, but couldn't I be putting that into another type of account that has more interest? These are very kind of day-to-day things that will matter to you, Capricorn. So that's why it's important. Now, Mercury retrograde July 19th goes even further again, back into Cancer. So it's like going through the time warp. There'll be a lot of, you know, like one of those movie scenes where we're all stepping back in time. We're all going back to do what? To tidy shit up. And your ruler, Saturn, the master of time, is giving you the advantage here. He's saying, now when he goes back into Cancer, he's saying, in order to fulfill your destiny with the right people and move on and be bonded with the right people, you've got some cleaning up to do. And you've got the strength now to do it. Breaking contracts that don't work for you anymore. Breaking associations with people that don't work for you anymore. Maybe even breaking relationships, friendships that just don't work for you anymore. It's time not to be so agreeable and to fall in with people just because, oh, well, you know, just because. It's, no, more discerning. And that is a huge gift for you this month, Capricorn. Now, we've only one card going on because that was a lot to talk about and a lot to focus on. There's some really nice things happening for you. There are really beautiful times, maybe at the start of the month, for work going well for you. If you're creating something and maybe looking for a new contract, there's great promise for that. It's very promising. It's all good once you clean shop and do everything that we were saying. It's like, let's start over again, clean slate, new people, new contracts, new opportunities, and a whole new attitude towards the people who would have usually kept me from doing things or made me feel insecure about doing things. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't. And because you do that, their attitude changes. And they start looking at you with more respect. The respect other people give us is usually stemming from the respect we give ourselves. And that is the biggie that you're learning this month. So Capricorn, let's go to the cards and we'll start choosing, because I think a lot more is going to start coming out now through the cards. This one hopped out, yeah. And I'm going to start choosing a few more. So it's exciting. I hope that you see that there's great power in this. It's a great big cleansing that ultimately frees you Not feeling so obliged anymore. Oh, I feel obliged to go visit this person. I feel obliged to be a good brother, sister, cousin, parent, blah, blah, blah. I feel obliged. Not anymore. There's no obligation. You're free. That sounds good, doesn't it? And you're also free to start again, bringing better people into your life because something is ending. It certainly is. And new work coming. Maybe it's a new work contract coming for you. Very, very likely. Some of you, it's a new serious commitment to somebody that you love. It's like I'm starting over. Yeah, the hangman, starting over. But with more confidence. Well, I wonder what you'll be starting over with. There's a success coming too. Let's get a few more going on here, Capricorn. See, we were so busy explaining the energies at the start that the cards just said, oh, I'm not jumping. I'm not going to jump until you finish that. Yeah, Cancer season this month, and this is the Cancerian card, the Chariot. Some of you thinking of buying a new car or trading up a car during Mercury retrograde. It's not the wisest thing to do. Not the wisest. Maybe it's a great time during Mercury retrograde to have a look at your finances, to see maybe if you can get a better deal if you're thinking of buying a new car or something like that, and maybe wait till end of August before you do that, if you can. We don't usually like to buy things, electronics, cars, plane tickets even, during this kind of Mercury retrograde, but sometimes it's okay, but it's just better if you don't. Yeah, one more card, Capricorn. I'm kind of excited for you. And I'll go back and I'll say this to you just one last time before I get that last card. You're going to be challenged. The full moon lunar eclipse, maybe slightly before, maybe after, but it's happening on July 16th, and you are definitely going to be challenged. But what they don't know is that they just poked you that little bit once too often, and bam, out you come like a blaze of glory, putting them all in their place. I love it. One last card. Okay, let's get this one last card. Yeah. And it's the end of fear. The end of fear. Not pleasing people. You know. Oh, two cards came out. We only needed one, but yeah, didn't I tell you, the Tower, that there is one big moment where shit hits the fan and everything of the past has to collapse in order for you to start defending yourself and start defending your right to start over, being exactly who you are, becoming exactly what you want to become, and just stepping into your truth. Simple as that. So, simple as that, Capricorn. Let's, ta-da, go over to this big grand overview. Now, there is news coming. News coming that could be coming from either an air or a fire sign, possibly a fire sign. News coming from an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, possibly. But either way, this news seems to be very positive. It could be news about a contract or some legal matter that could be finally coming to an end, or some fear that you had around you know, where somebody has to decide the fate of something, like an insurance claim, something like that, a legal claim. It's like the fate of something in another person's hands. You're now getting news this month that it's good. It's good because she's there, she's optimistic, she's laughing, she's bright, she's happy, and she's feeling enthusiastic. And she's kind of willing you on. It's almost like, go on, Capricorn, push on. Don't listen to them. Don't let them make you afraid. Don't let them turn you off. Don't let them think that they're bigger than you or that they know more than you. Don't let them do it to you. That's their tricky game. You're bigger. It's the energy of go, go. You can do this. Build your passion and bring it on. You can start it, you can do it. Don't be afraid, because there's a great passion coming for something. Starting a new project, a new relationship, there is something, and you're getting good news, and it lights you up. It lights you up. But here we have the Libra card. Sometimes this can represent 7th house, where what's happening is you're so lit up by some good prospects, there's some good opportunity that's coming your way this month, good feeling, that you're kind of not so worried about other people and their opinions, other people and their words and their judgments and their prejudices and their, well, I believe, I think. You're saying, sorry, but that shit's over. Those days are over. That's coming to an end. I mean, I want you to pay attention how strong. This is why I'm getting kind of into your energy, because you've got Death, the Tower, Justice, Chariot, and the Sun. You've got biggies going on here. Biggies. So there is a legal issue that I think has been bothering you. And in some cases, I don't even know if it's your legal issue. It could be a family legal issue, a community legal issue. It's like something that's been hanging over you like the sword of Damocles, like a sword, and you're just waiting for it any minute to drop. And it's like, no, the judgment comes, it's fair, it's karma that says this period is now over for you. Karmic card, the karma is over. You're getting your energy back. The blocks are being knocked down. This card, Death, the noble one, flying the flag and coming in all his splendor, all his respectability. That's why I always say this, we shouldn't fear him, because he is a noble. He has his own heraldic flag, the whole thing. And the first thing he knocks down is the king, the old structure, the old way of doing things. It's over. That old way of believing, accepting other people's opinions, listening endlessly on the telephone at other people's bullshit because you thought it was the polite thing to do. Bye. The old structure, the old beliefs, it's over. It's done. Something is definitely coming to a karmic end. And what does that do? Gets you back to work again. Gets you back to work. And it's the moment where you say, I have to sacrifice a few people here, maybe a contract, maybe some time, maybe there's something big. I have to sever cords with people. I have to come away from the crowd and what their beliefs are. I have to be unique. I have to be different. I have to take it on the chin. If I want to do something and it means I'm standing alone, then I'm going to have to be big, bold, brave and beautiful to be on my own for a while. And even if other people are saying, what are you doing? You're hanging yourself out to dry. You're doing it all wrong. That's upside down. That's ass ways. What are you doing? Don't care. I don't care. I'm getting to work. I'm focusing on turning this situation around to be a positive for me. Quite a Jupiterian card, Jupiter retrograding in Sagittarius in the 12th house. When luck comes back, when you do stand out on your own. The 12th house, maybe being misunderstood. People not realizing why you want to spend time alone, why you want to work a certain way, be a certain way, sever ties with a bunch of people. You just need that time alone to find your strength again. And to work privately, quietly, where it's nobody else's business what you're doing. You have your own hobbies, your own things. You don't have to jump and please anybody anymore. I'm shutting off my phone. I'm going off social media. I'm doing whatever it takes because I need this private time to get to work, to do the things I want to do. And in that private time where you're doing all this work, Capricorn, out comes the sun and bringing you huge success, mid-month, big success. Possibly around July 11th, it could be a new contract that you are able to talk yourself into. There's a great thing for those of you who buy, sell, have to meet targets, for those of you who work in science, technology, IT, for those of you who even work within the community or large groups, social media, anything like that, there could be a real successful moment. This is victory. It's also the energy of warfare, victory, and being celebrated because you've triumphed, because you've gone to war with somebody or something. You've justice there, death. It's almost like this one last push where you're on the war path. So this is strong, but the victory is yours. You're being thrown the laurel leaves. And towards the end of the month, again, this thing of seclusion, I need to go back and rest, maybe even recover. Maybe it's a month where there's been a lot going on, where you finally get to say, I need to relax, rest, recover, be quiet, not think about anything anymore, because I've just come through a huge thing. I've just realized that I've ended a huge cycle in my life, and I need the healing that comes from that. Towards the end of the month, some of you could be getting great physical healing, one way or another. Maybe if you've had some health worries, I can't promise that, but it's a possibility. Potentially there's great healing coming in here physically for some of you, but certainly emotionally, psychologically, being able to sleep peacefully again for many of you, that will come. And encourage that. Make sure that you have all the space you need to sleep peacefully. Maybe get a new bed. Maybe that's what's giving you your sore back and all those sore joints and headaches or whatever, sore necks. Get a new mattress, invest a few coin, Mercury retrograding in the 8th house. Get those few coins together and invest in a good sleeping environment, because it seems like you need it. You need to start taking your rest, your sleep, your quiet time more seriously, because you've got things that you're going to be doing very soon. I see success, and you need, at the end of the month, a little quiet time to recharge, because there is success coming. So it's almost like plug yourself in and get that battery up to 100% at the end of the month, because you need to be on in the next few months, because success is definitely coming. Now, this is quite a Cancerian card. This is sometimes Moon and Cancer, and this really ties in with the two eclipses, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, and Cancer season in the 7th house. You need that time to heal and to allow those old structures to fall. This could be a real month where you are saying goodbye to people. Absolutely, goodbye. In some cases that might be painful. In some cases it might be the best thing that you ever did, that you should have done it a long time ago. Not being so triggered by other people, not being so emotionally manipulated, and not flogging yourself all the time because you feel, oh God, I really don't like this situation or this person, but I feel I have to. That's over. The emotional manipulation is over. The looking back on things and crying might come to an end. I know some of you over the last few years have lost relationships, have lost people close to you, have lost people that really matter to you. And there has been a long grieving process for some of you, I know that, as Saturn had been going through your 12th house in recent years, last 3, 4, maybe 5 years. It's been tough, but there's a real moment of you now turning that around and saying, I'm going to stop looking back and focusing only on what I don't have, what I miss, who I miss. I'm going to stop just thinking about all the things that are wrong in me, that other people have been so quick to tell me, yeah, you are wrong. See all those wrong things you're pointing out in yourself? Yeah, I agree. To hell with them. You're lifting your head up and realizing that this is the month that if you change and you let everything fall and you lose the things and the people that need losing, and do it with grace, do it with style, do it with dignity, and do it with confidence, then you see the universe is handing you a whole new cup of love, whole new relationship dynamics, new opportunities to meet with new people, new relationships, definitely, and having a whole new path where everything must be fairer. You're leaving behind the it's not fair, and you're moving into, well, if I want to make this shit fair, then I'm going to have to start standing up for myself and defending what I believe is right and fair. Stand by it no matter who tells me I'm wrong, to stand out on my own. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that I'm living a life that I feel is just right, fair, and isn't just a response to what I believe people expect from me. It's more than that. It's me doing my own thing and making other people love it. Making other people love it, because it was never about getting the wrong people to like you and love you. It was about getting the right people to love you for just who you are. That's all it was about. And you are now defending that. So the strength is there, Capricorn. I feel it, I feel it, I feel it now. You know, the energy is strong, but this is just the general landscape of this month. Even though there's a lot going on, you know by now to get the real details, the nitty-gritty, you have to come along to the VIMEO readings, the deep read, where we open everything right up and find out what the heck is really going on here. We go into relationships, the singles, find out what's going on for love out there, money, career, family, friends, everything. And we open it right up, and it's in the deep read, linked down there in the description box below, Capricorn. Come along again, and if you haven't been there before, I invite you. I think you might enjoy it. So one way or another, it's there. It's there for you to figure out the real nitty-gritty details. Capricorn, my beauty. I'm going to leave it at that for you. And I know you're going to make the absolute most of this, and I am proud of you, Capricorn, because there's a new you and a new strength blossoming from what other people thought would bring you down. This is where you come out fighting. I love it. I love it. Capricorn, I'm going to leave it at that, my beauty. And as always, I'm going to leave you with all my love and a great, great big kiss from me to you. Mwah. Until next month, my beauty. Bye.